Right now at 11, soon the largest police department in the state will be without a chief. Tonight, we turn to you and ask what you'd like to see in a new candidate who will take the helm. Good evening to you. At 11 o'clock, I'm Mark Mullins.
And I'm Amanda Starrentino. Chief Bryan Roach's resignation comes at a time when the department is cracking down on gun violence and focusing on solving unsolved homicides.
New at 11, RTV6's Cameron Riddle is working for you, taking a pulse from the community, listening to what they believe Chief Roach got right, and the example they hope he set for whoever leads the force in the future.
As IMPD Chief Bryan Roach prepares to leave his post as Indianapolis's top cop, residents of the city are reflecting on his time as chief and what they expect from the next chief.
Chief Roach, he did the job. He did the job and he did it well. He was visible. I think he was very open. He was criticized a lot, but he took it well, and he was a reformer.
Marshawn Woley is the policy director for the African American Coalition of Indianapolis. He applauds Chief Roach for his transparency, particularly his handling of the police action shooting that killed 45-year-old Aaron Bailey.
He really established the police department as a legitimate justice entity seeking justice. There's some trust there.
In an hour-long conversation looking back at his tenure, Roach told listeners of WTLC's Community Connection that transparency and constant communication with the community he serves was key following the Bailey shooting, an incident where Roach called for the two officers involved to be fired.
Even though the decision wasn't one that was, for a lot of the public, the correct one, the city didn't riot. And I think there was, I think I came out of that, and to your point a few minutes ago, I think I came out of that as me and the police department as being viewed as trying, wanting to get better, understanding, listening, all those soft skills that are so important that can avoid maybe some of the things that have occurred in other cities after incidents like that.
Radio 1 talk show host Ebony Chappelle says listeners tell her they aren't looking for a lot of change.
I've had some conversations with people, and one of the biggest things that has come up is wanting to stay in that vein of transparency, wanting a leader that's going to come on and keep it, 100 with the community, explain to them what's going on behind the scenes, not be afraid to step out in front of really terrible situations and admit if there's fault to be admitted.
And Chief Roach will remain in his position as chief of IMPD through the end of the year. In the meantime, Mayor Hogshead is spending his time over the next couple of weeks meeting with IMPD executive staff as well as community stakeholders to determine who will be Chief Roach's successor. That announcement is expected in the coming weeks. Downtown working for you, I'm Cameron Riddle, RTV6.
And Chief Roach announced his retirement the day after Thanksgiving after serving on the police force for 28 years. He was named Chief of Police in January of 2017.